Hello everyone and welcome back to Middle-earth. This is Bloodborne. We've got some Bull Roar Update 22 Build 1 preview stuff I want to go over today. We are looking at the character select screen, which is going to be one of the first things you're going to notice that is new with Update 22. We have a much more flat design, a much more linear design over the previous curved display. And this is also going to help resolve some issues that people have with what they would refer to as a bugged character select screen, with some of those higher resolution displays or some of the different aspect ratios that you might see. Also with this, and I'm sorry you guys have to look at Bert, but I wanted to save some surprises for later. He is the worst looking Hobbit ever, even though he's finely dressed. So one of the things that you'll notice is that the actual characters themselves are, this design is a little bit more flat and linear, like I said. I'm actually going to go over to my main champion, and you're going to notice something different. The selection screen for the Elves has actually changed to the Court of Lorien. If you guys have experienced the Allegiance Halls in Mordor, you will have seen some of these before, and it is a nice touch. It's nice to see a little updated version, and we have a couple other ones too. Specifically, we will have the Dwarves, which is my personal favorite. Just because Erebor is pretty awesome. But this look right here, if I was coming into the game for the very first time, seeing this layout and the Erebor backdrop, I would be pretty excited for that. The last one that is updated is the Race of Man, which we are actually out in the fields in front of Minas Tirith. And you get a little bit of activity going on back here, which is actually kind of nice to see. And get a nice landscape view out here, but having Minas Tirith out there in the background is pretty cool. The other races, so the Bjorning was already pretty nice to begin with. So the Vales of Anduin are unchanged. And then the only one that did not get an update for this build is the Hobbits. They are still in the Shire, and I haven't seen if there's any update to this coming or not. And then the last thing with this, I'm going to grab another dwarf here, is they are starting to do some work on the Dwarf Avatar revamp. Now I do have the Avatar update visible checkmark down here in the lower left of your screen. You're not going to see too much change here. It's really just a cleaned up, more polished version of the original. One thing I did notice is that the old version has kind of yellowish teeth, and the new one does not. So they've figured out how to do some dental hygiene in Middle-earth now with this update as well. Aside from that, I don't want to go too much into detail on the Dwarf Avatar revamp because this is a preview only version of it, so it's nowhere near finished and polished. Just wanted to show where the update is currently on this guy. So that is one of the first things you'll notice, and the last thing is when you actually go to click on Middle-earth, you're going to get a nice shiny ring. I like it. Overall, I think the update looks cleaner. It's much more polished. I like the linear design. I like the new backdrops, and I hope the Hobbits will get an updated one that's more reflective of the current state of where we are. And that's about it. So I'd like to see what your guys' thoughts are on this particular part of the update, so you can leave that in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and there will be more videos to come for Update 22.